Salut à tous. Hello everyone. Welcome to Spoken French with Louis. Alright, so today we're gonna be working with pouvoir. Pouvoir. Je peux. I can. Tu peux. You can. Okay, so pouvoir. And well, I'm from Guatemala, so you're looking at my Guatemalan phone number. I do have online classes, but you could also subscribe and study here, of course, right? Numéro A. Je peux venir. I can come. Je peux venir. Now, in French, like I guess in English, any other language, the same, right? So you conjugate the first verb, the second or third one are in the infinitive, venir. Je peux venir, I can come. You can see numéro deux. Numéro deux. Tu peux, you can, and then comprendre. Tu peux comprendre. Tu peux comprendre. So comprendre is in its infinitive. Tu peux comprendre. You can understand, right? You can understand. Tu peux comprendre. Tu peux comprendre. Okay. Oh yeah. By the way, I don't have a camera. My camera it's out, and I need to buy a new one, but I don't have the money now, so we're gonna be working like this, okay? So number three, il peut parler, il peut parler, il peut parler. He can speak, il peut parler. Numéro 4, 4. Nous pouvons rester. All right, so in for verbs ending in er, like rester, you don't pronounce the r, you just pronounce the e, rester. Nous pouvons rester, nous pouvons rester. We can stay, nous pouvons rester. Okay? Now we're going to be working with the imperfect. L'imparfait, pouvoir. Pouvoir means can, be able to, right? And l'imparfait, which is the past, of pouvoir, de pouvoir, je pouvais. So that ending, AIS, it sounds like an E. Pouvait. Like that, okay? Pouvoir, pouvait. And means I can in present and I could in the past, right? So pouvait was I could. All right. And then for for no, you pronounce it pouvions, pouvions. Okay. Numéro 5. Number 5. Numéro 5. Je pouvais courir. So here, the second verb, courir, ends in an R, and here I am pronouncing the R. Why? Because this is a special case. The vowel before the R, it's an I. It's not an E, it's an I, okay? So in this case, courir. So our R's are pronounced at the end in French as long as it isn't an E, okay? So je pouvais courir, je pouvais courir. And that's why you can see the pronunciation there. I could run, je pouvais courir, okay? Number 6, okay, number 6. Now, if you pay attention, number 6, look, je pouvais lire. So, I could read, okay? Je pouvais lire. So, pay attention to 5, courir. So, Right there, I'm pronouncing the R, but there is no vowel after that R. No vowel sound. And Lear, I am pronouncing the R because I have an E at the end, and so I sound the R. That's how it works. If there is an E after the consonant, it doesn't have to be an R. It can be any consonant. If there is an E, so you sound the consonant, and that's how French works. All right, number 6, numéro 6. Tu pouvais lire, you could read. Or you could read, right? You could read. Yes, because what's in the past in this case is pouvoir. Je pouvais lire, I could read. Okay. Now, and keep in mind as well that l'imparfait, imperfect, it is to talk about a past action, an event. It was a habit, something that used to happen. Like, for example, in number 6, tu pouvais lire, you could read. That means back then, right? So you're making a reference to back at that moment that you could read, but you choose not to read. That was your problem, right? Okay, so guys, welcome to subscribe. Okay, so I'm gonna be uploading lots of videos in French. Lots. I'm gonna be uploading about almost every French verb, so you guys can pick it up. Okay, so keep practicing. Number 7, il pouvait rester. Il pouvait rester, he could stay. Numéro 8, nous pouvions. Here you pronounce pouvions. It is in the past. Nous pouvions comprendre. And comprendre, you just pronounce the whole verb in the infinitive. Nous pouvions comprendre. Nous pouvions comprendre. Il pouvait rester, he could stay. Nous pouvions comprendre. Okay. So, let's see. We're going to be working now with passé composé, which is like the present perfect in English. Okay. And here you have to use avoir for almost every verb, except if you are using verbs that relate and relay, as I guess both, right? But relate to motion. So if it relates to motion, then you have to use être. Otherwise, you have to use avoir. Numéro pouvoir. So right here I put it there for you. Et pu, like for first person, j'ai pu. I was able to. J'ai pu. Tu as pu, you were able to. Il a pu, elle a pu. Ça a pu, on a pu. And then we have nous avons pu, vous avez pouvé. Okay, so let's work with number 9. Vous avez pu. Pardon. Numéro 9. J'ai pu finir. I was able to finish. J'ai pu finir. J'ai pu finir. Numéro 10. Tu as pu répondre. You were able to respond. Tu as pu répondre. Tu as pu répondre. Okay, so numéro 9, encore une fois, 9. J'ai pu finir, j'ai pu finir. Numéro 10, tu as pu répondre. Okay. On va continuer avec numéro 11. Elle a pu entrer. She was able to enter. Elle a pu entrer. Elle a pu entrer. Elle a pu entrer. Numéro 12, 12. Nous avons pu voir. Nous avons pouvoir. Nous avons pouvoir. Okay, nous avons pouvoir. We were able to see. Nous avons pouvoir. Okay, now let's move to le plus que parfait. Plus que parfait. That, all that means is the past in the past. There's nothing else. It's already in the past. It's no longer linked to the present, so it is left in the past. Plus que parfait. Pouvoir. Avez-vous. So here what you do is you just put the verb to have, avoir, in the imperfect, l'imparfait, and then you put everything else in the past. Let's look at pouvoir. Avez-vous, j'avais pu, I was able to, or I had been able. Yeah, I had been able, because this is the past, the past of the last past. There's nothing else. It's all the way back then. J'avais pu, I had been able to. Tu avais pu, il avait pu, elle avait pu, ça avait pu, nous avions pu. Okay, so let's do número 3. Okay, here, let's see. J'avais pu parler. I had been able to speak. J'avais pu parler. Let's say that you were at a meeting and you wanted to express, what you had to say. On peut dire que vous avez été là dans une réunion et vous avez eu l'opportunité de vous exprimer, and you will say that in French. I had been able to speak. J'avais pu parler. And then if you want to say avec, with everyone, avec tout le monde. J'avais pu parler avec tout le monde. I had been able to speak to everyone. J'avais pu parler avec tout le monde. Okay? So this is the reason why you need to learn the verbs. You have to learn how to conjugate verbs, because you have to express things that you need to express, right? Número 14. Tu avais pu finir. You had been able to come. Sorry. Venir, pas finir. Venir. Tu avais pu venir. You had been able to come. Tu avais pu venir. Número 15. Elle avait pu rester. She had been able to stay. Elle avait pu rester. She had been able to stay. Elle avait pu rester. Elle avait pu rester. Okay. Numéro 16. Nous avions pu partir. Nous avions pu partir. Nous avions pu partir. Nous avions pu partir. All right. Okay, we're going to move to the future. Le futur simple. The future. All right, so like for the first person, je pourrais. I will be able to. Je pourrais. Tu pourras. Elle pourra. On pourra. Ça pourra. Nous pourrons. Okay? Je pourrais venir. I will be able to come. Je pourrais venir. Je pourrais venir. I will be able to come. Je pourrais venir. Let me show you that. That's numéro 17. 17, 17. Voilà. Et pas numéro, that's in Spanish. Numéro 17. Je pourrais venir. Numéro 17, je pourrais venir. Numéro 18, tu pourras comprendre. You will be able to understand. Tu pourras comprendre. Tu pourras comprendre. You will be able to understand. Numéro 18, tu pourras comprendre. You will be able to understand. Okay. So, numéro 19, il pourra parler. Il pourra parler. He will be able to speak. Il pourra parler. Je pourrais, tu pourras, il pourra, elle pourra, on pourra, ça pourra. All right, so, like, the only one that changes is I, je pourrais. And then everything in the singular ends in ra. Je pourrais, first I, je pourrais. Tu pourras, il pourra, elle pourra, on pourra, ça pourra, okay? And then nous pourrons, sorry, this is pourrons, because it's the future. Okay, numéro 19, il pourra parler. He will be able to speak. He will be able to speak. Numéro 20, nous pourrons rester. So this is the future. All you have to pay attention, it's to the endings in French. Okay? Because in the imperfect, for nous, it was rion. And now we're in the future, it's purron. So that's all you have to pay attention to, the endings. Nous pourrons rester. We will be able to rest, to stay. Nous pourrons rester. We will be able to stay. Okay. Now we're going to be working with the conditional. Le conditionnel présent. Pouvoir. We're still doing pouvoir. Pouvoir means could or be able to. Pouvoir. Okay, so pourrait, and here you pronounce it pourrait. For the conditional. For the future, you only pronounce pourrait for the first person I, but on the conditional, and for the singular, everything is pronounced pourrait, and that's why I put it there. Like you would say, I could do it, je pourrais le faire, I could do it. This is an example, okay, that I'm giving you. Je pourrais le faire, I could do it. Tu pourrais le faire, you could do it. Il pourrait le faire, he could do it. Elle pourrait le faire, she could do it. Ça pourrait le faire, it could do it. Okay, so that was an example only. Now we're gonna do 21, 21. Je pourrais venir, I could come. Je pourrais venir, I could come. Je pourrais venir, ok? Numéro 22. Tu pourrais comprendre. You could understand. If you pay attention, right? Tu pourrais comprendre si tu fais attention, bien sûr. Tu pourrais comprendre si tu fais attention. If you pay attention. Tu pourrais comprendre si tu fais attention, Louis. Oui. Merci. Okay. Tu pourrais comprendre, you could understand. Numéro 23. Il pourrait parler, he could speak. Il pourrait parler, he could speak. If he practiced, right? Il pourrait parler si il fait la pratique. Il pourrait parler s'il fait la pratique. Il pourrait parler s'il fait la pratique. Alright, so it is a conditional, right? It's something that could happen, but it also conveys the fact that, something is needed in order for something else to happen, right? Okay, so 24, 24, nous pourrions rester, we could stay, nous pourrions rester, we could stay, nous pourrions rester, we could stay. Alright, so now we're going to do the conditional passé. So this is in the past. Yeah, because we use it too. Like in English, we use it a lot, okay? Pouvoir, aurait pu, I could have done it differently, right? I could have told you. See, we use this a lot in English and in Spanish too, and so therefore we use it in French. Pourrait avoir, aurait pu. So aurait, it's the verb avoir in its conditional, and then we use the past, and that's it, right? J'aurais pu, tu aurais pu, il aurait pu, on aurait pu, ça aurait pu, elle aurait pu. See, if you pay attention, it is the same pronunciation for the singular. J'aurais pu, tu aurais pu, il aurait pu, elle aurait pu, on aurait pu, ça aurait pu. Voilà. Very simple, right? Okay. So let's do 25. 25. J'aurais pu venir. I could have come if I wanted to. J'aurais pu venir, but I didn't feel like. Mais je n'étais pas intéressé. Hein? Je ne me suis pas intéressé. It didn't interest me. It didn't interested me. Okay, j'aurais pu venir. I could have come if we were friends. Si on est des amitiés, si on est des amis, si on a l'amitié, if we had friendship, Okay, j'aurais pu venir. I could have come. J'aurais pu venir. Or you could say something else, right? If I knew it would be something different, si yo savais que c'était une chose différente, pero probablemente sea la misma cosa aburrida, y entonces dije, no voy. Okay. Pero este es el condicional. I'm sorry, I'm speaking Spanish now. This is the past conditional. The past conditional. J'aurais pu venir. Numéro 26. 26, tu aurais pu comprendre. Right? If you pay attention. Tu aurais pu comprendre if you were not talking to Louis, right? So there is a condition, right, that prevented you from not understanding. Like, for example, now, tu aurais pu comprendre comment ça fonctionne le conditionnel passé si tu fais attention à ce moment précis ici avec moi. Okay, tu aurais pu comprendre, you could have understand. You could have understood. I'm sorry. You could have understood. 27, il aurait pu parler. He could have spoken. Il aurait pu parler. If he wanted to. S'il avait voulu. If he wanted to. S'il avait voulu. Il aurait pu parler s'il avait voulu. But maybe he didn't want it to, right? Okay. 27, 28, nous aurions pu rester. Nous aurions pu rester, but we didn't want. Nous aurions pu rester, but we didn't want, right? Nous aurions pu rester. We could have stayed, but we didn't want. We didn't like the place. We didn't like the people. Okay, nous aurions pu rester, mais nous n'aimons pas la place. We didn't like the place. Nous aurions pu rester, mais nous n'aimons pas la place. Bien. Yeah, we didn't like the place that much, right? So this is the conditional, the past conditional or condicional passé. All right, so we're going to do the subjunctive Subjunctive, pouvoir. Okay, so pouvoir, subjunctive, it's based on a gut feeling, emotions, and so you will pronounce it puisse, 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 puission. Il faut que je puisse venir. I must be able to come. It is necessary that I can come, right? I must be able to come. Il faut que je puisse venir. Like for example, anything important, and let's say I am involved. I am the one who is putting the money for something, and so you're not gonna do that except I have the time to go because I must be able to come and be there because it is my project somehow, right? So this is based on an emotion. My emotional, state of mind tells me that I must be there. So this is how you express it in French. Il faut que je puisse venir. Il faut que je puisse venir. No, no, no. You're not organizing that party without me. I must be able to come, so don't do it on that date. Same thing in French. Il faut que je puisse venir. Non, 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 pas du tout. Vous n'allez pas organiser cette fête sans moi. Il faut que je puisse venir. Ok? Il faut que je puisse venir. Il faut que je puisse venir. Numéro 30. 30 déjà. 30. Ok? On va continuer avec numéro 30. Il faut que tu puisses comprendre. Right, to be able to use the subjunctive, you must understand it or understand how it works, okay? Il faut que tu puisses comprendre le subjonctif pour le bon usage, Il faut que tu puisses comprendre. Il faut que tu puisses comprendre. Il faut que tu puisses comprendre that I cannot stay here any longer. Il faut que tu puisses comprendre que je ne peux pas rester ici non plus any longer. Il faut que tu puisses comprendre that I cannot stay here. Que je ne peux pas rester ici non plus, no more. Okay? Il faut que tu puisses comprendre. Okay, let me put this thing here so you can. Alright, let's see. Okay, right there, you can see it. Il faut que tu puisses comprendre. Il faut que tu puisses comprendre. You must be able to understand. You must be able to understand. Like, open up your mind because, you're not understanding. Alright, but keep in mind that this is emotional, because we may see it one way and, someone else might see it a different way. So this is based on a feeling, perception, emotions. Il faut qu'il puisse parler. Maybe he doesn't want to speak. Il faut qu'il puisse parler quoi? Anglais, espagnol, français? Maybe he's not interested. Il faut qu'il puisse parler. He must be able to speak. Well, if you're working at a place and, that language is a requirement, to get that job, then I definitely agree with that gut feeling that, yeah, il faut qu'il puisse parler français parce qu'il va assistir à tout le monde en français, ok? Il faut qu'il puisse parler, il faut qu'il puisse parler. Il faut qu'il puisse parler. Numéro 32, il faut que nous puissions rester. We must be able to stay. Il faut que nous puissions rester. Il faut que nous puissions rester. Okay. Now we're going to move to the subjunctive passé. Alright, so the past subjunctive. I pu, on pu. Okay, so in this case, avoir In the subjunctive, you pronounce it I. That's cool, right? I made a mistake. I. Sounds like a song. Okay, pouvoir, I pu, que j'aille pu, que t'aille pu, qu'il aille pu, qu'elle aille pu, qu'on aille pu, que ça aille pu, et que nous avons pu. Okay. Bien que j'aille pu venir, although I was able to come. Look, I mean, this is an expression, right? So you have to be able to use it. Bien que j'aille pu venir, although I was able to come, I didn't want. Je ne voulais pas. Bien que j'aille pu venir, je ne voulais pas venir. Hein? Je ne voulais pas le faire. I didn't want to do it. Bien que j'aille pu venir, je ne voulais pas le faire. I didn't want to do it. Because Louis was going to be there. Parce que Louis, il avait être là. Or il aurait être là. Il aurait être là. Yeah, because then you put me into the future. Alright, so let me show you 33 so you can understand what I'm talking about. Okay. Bien que j'aille pu venir, although I was able to come, I didn't want. Je ne voulais pas. Bien que j'aille pu venir, although I was able to come. Okay. 34. Bien que tu ailles pu comprendre, although you were able to understand, you didn't say anything. Vous n'avez rien dit. Oh, vous avez rien dit. Yeah? Vous avez rien dit. You said nothing. Okay. Bien que tu ailles pu comprendre. Bien que tu ailles pu comprendre. Numéro 35. 35. Bien qu'il aille pu parler, although he was able to speak, he didn't. Il ne le fait pas. Il ne le fait pas. Il ne le fait pas. He didn't do it. Bien qu'il aille pu parler, il ne le fait pas. Il ne le fait pas. He didn't do it. Okay, and we're going to finish with 36. Bien que nous ayons pu rester, although we were able to stay, we left. Bien que nous ayons pu rester, nous sommes partis, we left. Bien que nous ayons pu rester, nous sommes partis, we left. And then if you want to explain why you left, then you explain. Bien que nous ayons pu rester, nous sommes partis. And then you can say, because such and such and such and such and da. Bien que nous ayons pu rester, nous sommes partis parce que Louis, il nous a demandé de faire la pratique de la langue française, de le répéter, de le dire et de continuer à pratiquer le français. Et nous décidons, non, on va partir et nous sommes partis. Yeah, something like that, right? Bien que nous ayons pu rester, nous sommes partis. All right, so let me show you. Let me put this here so you can see it. There. Although we were able to, why did I put that there? I don't know. Let me fix it. Okay, although we were able to stay, right? Although we were able to stay, bien que nous ayons pu rester, nous sommes partis. Bien que nous ayons pu rester, nous sommes partis. Although we were able to stay, we left. We didn't like the class. Parce que nous aimons bien la classe. Nous aimons bien la classe. Bien que nous ayons pu rester, nous sommes partis parce que nous avons des autres choses, des autres affaires à régler. We had other things to, work on. Okay. All right. So I know verbs are very demanding, but, continue to practice the verbs. I'm going to be practicing verbs with you as well, guys, because I have not used the verbs in the language in a while. But don't you worry. We're gonna walk this path together. Good luck. Don't forget to subscribe. N'oubliez pas de vous abonner. Continuez à pratiquer. Et désolé parce que moi, je suis un peu malade à ma gorge, mais je vais continuer à faire les vidéos. Good luck. Bonne chance.